Welcome to the Spiritual Awakening with Shaz podcast, where we unlock the power within and navigate the journey of your self-discovery together. I'm Shaz, your spiritual mentor and life coach, here to help you tap into your inner guidance system and manifest your best life. Whether you're just beginning your spiritual journey or looking to deepen your practice, this podcast offers insights, techniques, and inspiration to elevate your consciousness and transform your reality. Get ready to shine your light and embrace your true potential. Remember, the answers are inside you. Let me be your guide on earth. Welcome back to the Spiritual Awakening podcast with Shaz. Today I want to take a journey down through the dark night of the soul. Now, every healer, every spiritual person, everyone that enters this realm to want to make big changes throughout humanity and help uplift and change the light frequency of the world, go through a dark night of the soul. A dark night of the soul is literally a crisis of consciousness. It is the awakening factor where you find yourself in a place in life where you dislike or hate. I don't actually like the word hate, but you don't like anything about what is happening in your life at that moment. Whether it be the job that you're selling your soul to go and fulfill, who doesn't appreciate you, whether it's the relationship sucking the life out of you, whether it's the family that drains you and you find yourself wondering what on earth you're doing with them. It's a time that feels heavy, disconnected, and very hopeless. It is like a depression. It is where you lose yourself, and unfortunately, many people do end up with suicidal ideology, and they think that their only way out or the only thing that's available to them is death, because that has to be better than this. The most common thought is there has to be more than this, and they don't like the life that they've created around them. It can feel like a breakdown, and it really does come a lot with burnout, health crises, or other major transitions in your world, and it feels like that there's nothing left for you. That helplessness and hopelessness where you feel like you want to give up, you want to run away and leave every single thing behind, even those that you love dearly. I know many mothers that have gone through this, and their thought in their head is, I want to leave my children behind. And then a couple of days later, they're horrified for thinking it, create all this shame, all this guilt, all this grief within them. And then they send themselves into a spiral of depression. Anxiety comes, health issues arise, and everything falls apart around them. But mostly, they're blaming themselves for it. They find themselves lost in the midst of not knowing what's going on. That's why we call it the dark night of the soul. In actual truth, it's part of the awakening process. It is the reconnection and remembering of your soul and your purpose and mission in this life. It is the awareness of coming out of the fog and breaking through all the barriers around you to uplift you to become even better than before. Did you know that the dark night of the soul is a term that comes from a 16th century mystic called St. John of the Cross? As I was doing some research, and I do like to research my episodes and find out some factual information to back up my intuitive insights, I discovered this man and his description of it, and it is something that has stuck with us throughout the centuries. He described it as a time of spiritual crisis when the familiar light of God or spirit seems to disappear, leaving you in darkness. This is a time where we start to question God. Do we feel like there is one? We feel so alone, so lost, and so abandoned in many different ways that we can't see the light anymore. We can't feel that essence of self. We feel disconnected and isolated from everybody around us. The big thing about it is we make it into a punishment, a failure, a problem, when in actual fact, it is the sacred stage of the journey of the soul, remembering the greatness, reconnecting to God's source energy, the light within us, the collective community of all the souls on the planet, and the real reason we are incarnated on this planet right now. Everyone is here for a different reason. Everyone has a mission. They have a purpose. They have learnings. We call it the school of life for a reason. Our soul incarnates here to come and feel different things, to experience different things on a mission to do something. Sometimes it's a huge mission and other times it's very, very minor. But it's individual to each and every soul. It is up to you to find out what is your reason for being here. The real part of this dark night of the soul is you are living in an identity that does not align anymore with where you're heading. And that person that you have become is someone that you no longer like, trust, or really know deep inside. And these are important factors for humanity to understand and love ourselves, trust ourselves, forgive ourselves, and free ourselves from the constraints that other people put on us. It is where we release old patterns and attachments. They become stripped away so that something new can rise up. It's called a rebirth for a reason. You will become reborn. Old parts of you will fall away. But this is just the beginning. It is the major shift in your consciousness back to Christ conscious awareness, to the greater collectivity of the universe. It's where you reconnect. You come from a place of disconnection, of emptiness, of soullessness, if you want, but this place of total nightmarish proportions where everything feels like it's going wrong and it's everybody else's fault, and you live in a blame mentality where you have no control over anything. And through the awakening process, you discover the power that has always lived within you. You are so worthy of this power. You are so worthy of the soul that is within you to do and become great. Awakening isn't about adding more. It's actually about letting go. Letting go of old patterns, letting go of old pieces, letting go of old thoughts, feelings, hurts, emotions, of anything that is bogging you down from feeling the tremendous clarity, certainty, and the drive within to be more than you are right now. Sometimes the only way we let go of things that we know are truly hurtful for us, we have thoughts that this isn't right, we don't like it, we need to move on. But we disregard them because we become self-sacrificial, we become surrogates for other people, we become unaware of the true blessing and love for ourselves, that we put our needs last. And unfortunately, sometimes the only way that we can truly awaken is when that rug is pulled out from under us and the world comes crashing down around us. Never let it get to that way. Never allow the universe to create something so horrendous that you have no choice but to awaken. It's a massive detox. It's a massive letting go of people, of places, of energy, of thoughts, of feelings, of emotions, of everything in your life. And sometimes it takes great and massive loss for us to become aware of what is not serving us any longer. I know from my own perspective, I went through not one, but multiple dark nights of the soul where I lost so many things. I had to go through deep despair in order to get to the point where I was willing to love myself enough to make myself the priority in my life. My goal and wish is that nobody ever has to go through that sort of loss. I don't mean loss of simple things. I mean loss of everything. And losing it in fast and short amount of time where you think that you're flying high and you think everything around you is wonderful, and then it all comes crashing down with the big bang that you don't know what to do with anymore. You don't deserve to go through that massive breakthrough. Although many of us do have to go through some sort of breakthrough, for it is a disguise for the rebirth that's within us. We always get through it. We will get through this too. You will get through whatever you're going through. It just takes a different perspective, a change in identity, a change in feelings, and a change in understanding of your own inner priorities. If you are in the middle of a dark night of the soul, or you haven't been there and you're not sure what to look for, some of the signs for this are emotional heaviness, grief, and despair. That feeling that nobody understands you, that you're in the wrong place, that you're in the wrong body, that you're on the wrong timeline, that somebody else is the puppeteer pulling the strings of your life, that you have no control, that everybody is more important than you are. It feels like that your guides or God is silent, that there is nothing outside of yourself. There's just this empty shell, the void, the hollowness that exists within your own being. You lose interest in things that once lit you up. You feel disconnected from love, from family, from friends, from your work, from your existence. You feel that your life is in slow motion. It really takes it out of you in many different ways. And you wonder, what are you here for? What is going on? Why is this happening? And you start questioning your beliefs, your path, everyone around you, and even your own worth. These things help crack open what is going on inside you. It looks like depression, anxiety, sadness, abandonment, void, hopelessness, helplessness. Yet underneath it all, there's a part of you, your soul, that keeps whispering to you that this passage will pass. Keep going. There's a light at the end of the tunnel. There's something more than this, that you are more than enough, that you can do this, that you can become what you need to be, that you are important, that you are worthy, that you are somebody. That is the part that we need to listen to. Have you ever looked at any myth, any story, and the hero in it, he goes through this great descent. They enter the underworld, face the darkness, face the demons, lose everything they thought they knew before they can rise up. This is because sometimes we have to be stripped bare back to the base necessities of life before we can understand the true power that lies within our existence. We have to let go of all the outside forces, of all the things that we know, of all the programming that has been installed into our being, in order to find that true inner strength, that essence of our soul that has this burning desire to live, to be something, to be someone, to show up, to be magnificent, because that is what every single soul is. We are here for reason, for purpose. We are here to make a difference, to experience different things, and ultimately to feel. The big problem in life, from my perspective and what I see in the world, and as I watch what's going on around me in humanity, is that we get focused on feeling all the negativity and accept that as gospel, as the only thing that's available to us. Even in those high moments, in the great moments of joy, of ecstasy, there's an underlying fear or a program saying, this can't be reality, this can't be true, it can't be this good, it can't stay this way. So therefore we sabotage it to feel those lower vibrational emotions. It's a worthiness issue. It's a factor of life where we believe that we are not good enough, or we're never available for the greatness that lies within us, that there are other people going through hardship, and why them compared to why me, and why should I have it so easy? It is that way for different people, and that's part of the balance of life. But it is all in your own creation. Through great thought and feeling, you create the reality that you live in. And this is one of the greatest essences that you find during this dark night of the soul period and the awakening process. You discover the power that has always been within you about creating your life. You have free will. You get to choose. You are a sovereign being and the creator of your life. If you don't like something, let it go. If you don't want to be somewhere, change your position, change your location. It is all up to you. We get programmed to stick within certain rules, to stay within the guidelines, to sit within the boundaries, to go and work for somebody else, regardless of how hard it is. We put ourselves under financial constraints and love constraints of we must stay here. We bind ourselves to contracts that don't really matter. It is up to us to shift those things. The dark night of the soul usually comes when you are so fed up with what's going on in life, as I said, whether it's work, relationships, family situations, health crises, that you desire a massive change, and you finally realize that you deserve to have it, that you are not nobody, that you're not having to sit here and stay here in misery. You get to change and choose yourself. When you are going through this dark night of the soul, it is really hard to do it alone. Try and find other people who have been through it to guide you along the inner work, to show you the pathway through, and definitely talk to someone about it. The biggest problem you're going to have as you go through this process is that people you think you would normally talk to are usually going to look at you like you're crazy because they don't understand it until they go through it. But there are plenty of people out there and plenty of resources available to show you the light and the way. The processes start with sitting with, acknowledging, and speaking out loud about your feelings. Your feelings matter. Ask yourself each day, what do I feel right now? Where do I feel it within my body? Because our feelings and emotions sit within the physical well-being of the body. What does it mean for that feeling? What is it telling me or teaching me? How is it showing up in my life? What is it doing for me, or how is it working against me? When you resist your feelings, we all know that they persist. They stay with us. But if you sit with it, you talk it through, you feel it, emote it, and allow it to flow, it will magically release from the body. It will let go. And it doesn't come back. But you must sit with it, acknowledge it, name it, and honor it first, for it has reason and purpose for being there. You can do releasing of these energetic feelings through processes like the breath work, EFT, journaling, movement of the body, emotion code therapy. You can get Reiki healing or other healing services, energetic healing to help you release these. Hypnosis and past life therapy will also help you identify, honor, and release emotions. Timeline therapy. There are many different avenues available for you. Some you can do for yourself. Many you are going to need a very good practitioner to help you through. You find what works for you. You are the powerful, all-knowing, all-being human that you are. You have the availability to access all the data yourself, but it is a learned skill for a lot of them. So you can take the time and energy to go and learn it and study it and become it, which is the pathway that I choose. But I also chose to go and seek those professionals first, because it's through the work that they did that I discovered what I truly wanted to become within myself. You are going to need support through this. It is unfortunately not something you're going to do very easily by yourself. Not to say that you can't do it by yourself, because you can, but it is harder emotionally, physically, and mentally on you to do it alone. Find a community, find other people that have been through it, find a mentor, find a healer, find a teacher, find whatever your soul is calling for. And most importantly, find your God source connection to your soul, because that is the part that has all the answers. When women especially get together in community, we become highly magnetic and we create lots of oxytocin, and there's so much support from those females to help you do this. I was doing some coaching with my beautiful friend Melinda today, and she was talking about this exact process, and I'd already written down similar words, but her explanation helped me understand these so much better. Women supporting women create faster healing. This is why we have women's circles and healing circles and collective, connected, magnetic information out there to help you through. Men just process it differently. But through that womanhood, through that shared sisterhood, through that collective collaboration, we grow, we heal faster, we become so much more than we already are. You have to trust the process. It's not something easy, and trust usually flies out the window faster than anything else. But your light isn't gone. It's simply hidden in a bit of darkness, and it's hiding in a cupboard. And sometimes you have to go and insulate and isolate yourself to get ready for that next chapter. Sometimes you have to step away. There are plenty of people that tell you, go out and hide yourself away for 3 or 6 months and come back as the new identity that you are. This shift, this process takes time. And you may have to remove yourself from certain circles, from certain work, from certain factors in life. And you want to do this through choice rather than through burnout. Because if you hit the downward slide into burnout, you are going to create health crises that are going to take you that much time to heal and recover from. There are so many mystical insights and spiritual references that you can go and view and understand and help to discover more aspects of this dark night of the soul. One of them is the wound is where the light enters you, which is a quote from Rumi. The wound of our soul is literally where the light is entered from God in order to start the healing process. The dark night of the soul in many spiritual circles is part of that initiation process. Now, depending on where you are in the world, I live in Australia and I never went to university, so I don't know whether we have it so much, but it's not something that is truly here for us. But I do watch a lot of American TV, and sororities and things like that go through great initiation processes. They're very hard, the way that they put you through your paces in order to become something that is worthy of whatever the goal may be. Sports people go through it, the culling, the process. We all go through initiation in many different ways. This is just awakening and rebirth to the greater essence of yourself and your soul. It also is the part and awareness where you become totally aware that we have a shadow aspect of self, the dark side of our own soul. We have the inner child, the different aspects of that, the archetypes that lie within, all the different spiritual awarenesses of our own personality and identity. Our past lives can show up to affect us. Our emotions can be bogged down, depending on the mission of your soul of what you are here to create, heal, or transform. Carl Jung talks a lot about the shadow parts of ourselves that we must embrace and face before we can become fully whole. You can't hide aspects of yourself away. You can't put them down and pretend they don't exist. You have to acknowledge them, accept them, and embrace them. The greatest aspect of shadow work is understanding these things lie within you and then choosing not to allow them to show up in your life, not to become them, not to allow them to rule, to let the light sides of yourself rule, to let yourself become the choice maker, the decision maker of how you show up, how you respond, how you be all you can be. You will have to break down in order to break through. This isn't something that happens in airy-fairy like, oh my God, look how great it is. Dark night of the soul is not an angelic intervention. It is not a near-death experience. It is not a magic pill that all of a sudden everything is beautiful. It is hard work. It is release. It is surrender. It is giving away and giving up an old way of life, an old way of thinking, an old awareness to embrace something new. And it is when you become aware that you are literally an onion and we are layer upon layer of different emotions, of different processes, of different areas of growth. And if you think that you're going to go through this once, we have layers upon layers of emotional release that we need to do, of understanding, of greater collective completion of our healing journey. And if you've already survived your dark night of the soul, and what you've faced so far shows you how much stronger you are, wiser, how more prepared you are for the next version. You are able to face hurdles with ease. You understand the play of souls. You forgive easily. You trust yourself. You know with certainty and clarity why you're here, what you're doing, and how you want to show up in this world. Always remember, you're not broken. You're just breaking open. You are releasing and surrendering heaviness. You are floating up above to the heavenly sphere, either from 3D to 5D or even beyond, in connecting greater to full conscious awareness of everything that exists within the universe. Always keep going, keep moving forward. For every step forward brings you closer to the other side, the higher side, the joys, the peace, the enlightenment, the ascension, the beauty of life. Yes, when you're going through it, it feels heavy, you feel alone, you feel isolated and abandoned. These are normal emotions, but they're actually not real. They're a fabrication of the darkness dimming our light. This is work that I do inside my program, Shine with Shaz, to help you uncover all the different layers, to reconnect to your inner child, heal the past wounds, uncover your shadow, embrace your archetype, and then make choices to focus on where you're going with what you're doing and rise up beyond who you are right now. It is a collective community of women that come together because they know they can't do it alone. Trust me, I tried to do all of this alone. I struggled through it without help, and it made it so much worse. You go so much deeper and darker down. Find your tribe, find your community, find the blessings of people out there. There are plenty of spiritual places, spiritual teachers, awakeners, activators. Go and find one that you align with energetically, whose voice or whose message and energy brings you exactly what you need, and ask them for support. Listen to people. Listen to podcasts, listen to YouTube videos, go and experience different things. Go and do a retreat or a healing circle or an education day. But find the essence of help. There are plenty of resources that are out there free. Many people do different things free for you to find that inner guidance and help. But make yourself worthy, make yourself a priority, and ensure that you are number one. You are so important. You are God's source, universal light in a beautiful human here on this planet Earth, here to do magical things. You are not here to suffer. You are not here to fall. You are not here for failure. You are here to rise up, become, and be exactly what you're meant to be, whether big or small. You are important. You matter. You are more than enough. God loves you. I love you. You love you. I'm more than happy to sit with you, hold some space, give you some guidance. You can book a free clarity call, and I will give you free resources, give you a tapping script if you need it, show you the way, the pathway to uncover who you really are. I am creating a set of journal prompts that you can download that will help you uncover why you're going through this dark night of the soul, what it means for you, how it would help you get out the other side, how to rediscover who you really are inside, embrace this new identity, embrace the power within, show up as the beautiful blessing that you are. Thank you for listening. Until next time, keep trusting, keep shining, and remember that light always returns, no matter how dark it gets. Thanks for listening to the Spiritual Awakening with Shaz podcast. Don't forget to like and subscribe down below so you don't miss an episode. You can also follow us on Facebook with the links below. Until next time, trust your intuition and let your spirit soar.